This video is about photorespiration in plants, which is also known as C2 cycle. So there are certain conditions which favor photorespiration process. Let's see what are those conditions. First, whenever the temperature exceeding optimum, that is higher temperature. And next, the light is above saturation. And the next condition is that higher oxygen concentration than carbon dioxide concentration. That is, whenever the oxygen is competing with carbon dioxide. And the last condition is that Rubisco enzyme activity. So Rubisco, it is the major enzyme involved in plant functions. It contains two parts. One is carboxylase and another one is oxygenase. And this carboxylase part is needed for carbon fixation in case of Calvin cycle. And this oxygenase is needed for oxygenation process. With regard to photorespiration, the primary action involved is oxygenation. So, among these two enzymes, the carboxylase become inactive and the RUBP oxygenase become active. So these are the major conditions with regard to photorespiration. So photorespiration, it is also known as C2 cycle or photosynthetic carbon oxidation cycle, PCO cycle or glycolate metabolism. Here the first formed product is 2-phosphoglycolic acid, which is a 2-carbon compound, and that's why this photorespiration is also known as C2 cycle. The substrate for photorespiration is glycolic acid. Next, the characters of photorespiration. It occurs only in chlorophyll tissue of plants and it occurs only in C3 plants and very little or absent in C4 and CAM plants. Here, three cell organelles were involved: chloroplast, peroxisome and mitochondria. And these three cell organelles were important with regard to photorespiration process. Let's see the step-by-step reactions occurring in photorespiration process. First, the reaction in chloroplast. Here, the first oxygen acceptor is RUBP, ribulose 1,5-bisphosphate, and this RUBP combines with oxygen and forms 2-phosphoglycolic acid and 3-phosphoglyceric acid. This 2-phosphoglycolic acid is the first formed product and it is a 2-carbon compound, and this entire reaction is catalyzed by the enzyme RUBP oxygenase. And this 2-phosphoglycolic acid is converted into glycolic acid through dephosphorylation process and with the help of enzyme phosphatase. And this glycolic acid is transported to next cell organelle, which is peroxisome. Here, this 3-PGA, which is a 3-carbon compound formed, it enters into Calvin cycle. Next, the reaction in peroxisome. This glycolic acid formed from chloroplast enters into peroxisome. This glycolic acid is converted into glyoxylic acid through oxidation process and with the help of enzyme glycolic acid oxidase. During this process, hydrogen peroxide is released. This hydrogen peroxide, again with the help of enzyme catalase, converted into water molecule and oxygen. This glyoxylic acid is converted into glycine through addition of glutamic acid and with the help of enzyme aminotransferase. During this process, alpha-ketoglutarate acid is released. This glycine enters into next cell organelle, which is mitochondria. Next, the reactions in mitochondria. The glycine released from peroxisome enters into mitochondria and two molecules of glycine were combined to form serine compound. This entire reaction is catalyzed by glycine, carboxylase and hydroxymethyl transferase enzyme. Here, two processes occurs. One is decarboxylation where carbon dioxide is released and this reaction is catalyzed by glycine decarboxylase enzyme. And the next reaction is deamination where ammonia is released and this reaction is catalyzed by the enzyme hydroxymethyl transferase and at last serine is formed. And this serine compound, which is a 3-carbon compound, enters into peroxisome. Next, the reactions in peroxisome. The serine from mitochondria enters into peroxisome again, and here alpha-ketoglutarate acid is added and glutamic acid is released, and at last hydroxypyruvic acid is formed. This reaction is catalyzed by the enzyme aminotransferase. And at last, this hydroxypyruvic acid, it is converted into glyceric acid with the addition of NADPH. This glyceric acid enters into chloroplast. At last, the reactions in chloroplast. The glyceric acid from peroxisome enters into chloroplast, and this glyceric acid is converted into phosphoglyceric acid with the addition of ATP and with the help of enzyme kinase. Here this glyceric acid is phosphorylated and it is converted into phosphoglyceric acid. This PGA, which is a phosphoglyceric acid, enters into C3 cycle for fixation, and again this cycle continues. So overall, here the two molecules of phosphoglyceric acid are converted into one molecule of 3-phosphoglyceric acid and loses one molecule of carbon dioxide. Here the energy is also consumed in the form of ATP and NADPH. This is the overall view about photorespiration process. In this process, 3 cell organelles were involved. One is chloroplast, next peroxisome, and next mitochondria. This photorespiration process starts from chloroplast and continues with peroxisome, then mitochondria, and at last ends in chloroplast. Here, the oxygen molecule from the atmosphere enters into chloroplast, and this oxygen molecule combines with ribulose 1,5-bisphosphate or UBP, and with the help of enzyme RUBP oxygenase, it is converted into 2-phosphoglycolate and 3-phosphoglycerate. This 3-phosphoglycerate enters into Calvin cycle, while this 2-phosphoglycolate, which is a 2-carbon compound, is converted into glycolate with the help of enzyme phosphatase. This glycolate then enters into peroxisome. In peroxisome, 2 molecules of glycolate is converted into 2 molecules of glyoxylate through oxidation process and with the help of enzyme glycolic acid oxidase. During this process, hydrogen peroxide H2O2 is formed, and this H2O2 is converted into water molecule and oxygen. This reaction is catalyzed by the enzyme catalase. Later on, this glyoxylate is again converted into glycine through addition of glutamate and release of alpha-ketoglutarate, and this reaction is catalyzed by the enzyme aminotransferase. Later on, this glycine enters into mitochondria. In mitochondria, 2 molecules of glycine is converted into serine, and this reaction is catalyzed by 2 enzymes. Here 2 reactions is taking place. One is decarboxylation and another one is deamination. In decarboxylation, carbon dioxide is released and water molecule is added. At the same time, NAD plus is converted into NADH. This reaction is catalyzed by glycine decarboxylase enzyme. At the same time, ammonia is released, and this release is catalyzed by the enzyme hydroxymethyl transferase. Then serine is formed, and this serine again enters into peroxisome. In peroxisome, the serine is converted into hydroxypyruvate. This reaction is catalyzed by the enzyme aminotransferase, and during this process, alpha-ketoglutarase is added and glutamate is released. Finally, hydroxypyruvate is formed, and this hydroxypyruvate is again reduced to glycerate. During this process, NADH is converted into NAD+, and this glycerate from peroxisome enters into chloroplast again, and this glycerate is again phosphorylated and forms 3-phosphoglycerate. This reaction is catalyzed by the enzyme kinase, and at last 3-phosphoglycerate is formed, and this 3-phosphoglycerate enters into Calvin cycle. Again the cycle continues. This is the overall view about photorespiration, which is also known as C2 cycle. At last, significance of photorespiration. Photorespiration has both merits and demerits. Coming to the demerits, nearly 25% loss of fixed carbon by C3 cycle is taking place. So it is considered as a wasteful process. And next, the photosynthetic efficiency is decreased. And coming to the merits, synthesis of glycine and serine is taking place. This glycine and serine both were amino acids, and this forms the precursor for proteins, chlorophyll and nucleotide synthesis. And the reducing power produced by light reaction is consumed and regeneration of NADP occurs. At last, photorespiration protects the chloroplast from getting photooxidation. So it is considered as an essential evil. So these are the significance with regard to photorespiration process. So in this video, we have learned what is photorespiration and what are the reactions taking place in photorespiration, and at last we have seen some of the significance with regard to photorespiration. Hope you understand about this. Thank you.